simple man, simple plan. Got a pan, got a plan, got a shirt with a ketchup stain, little list on the back of my hand, salt, pepper, sunshine and flame, just a spoon, just a smile, couple onions, then a cha-cha slide. If it smells good, hang a while, pull up a chair by my side. I'm a simple man with a simple plan. Make it easy, make it taste like home. A little bit of this, little bit of that, stir the love till the flavors grow. Take a seat, grab a fork, sing along with me. I'm a simple man.
Welcome to Simple Man's Kitchen, where we make real food real easy. And tonight, man, we've got a cheesy goodness for you. It's cheeseburger potato soup. Cheeseburger potato soup. I think you're really gonna like this one. It's real easy. Let's get started. Pot goes right on the burner. We're gonna turn it up to about, not high, but maybe medium high. And then 1 pound of ground chuck goes directly into the pot. So we're gonna take that in. Now remember, cross-contamination is a real thing, right? So as soon as we can, we're gonna wash this bowl, we'll get cleaned up. So stick that in there. We don't want anyone sick, that's for sure. So as we're doing this, we're gonna chop this and get the meat as fine as possible while it's cooking. So while this is getting going, we'll be right back. All right, so as you can see, our beef is chopped up real fine. It's chopped up nicely, looks good, feels good. Now, if it's still got a little bit of pink in it here or there, it's not gonna hurt it a whole lot because you're gonna put it back in, it's gonna keep cooking later. But I want it as done as possible at this point. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna turn the eye down on our cooktop, and I'm gonna remove this beef and we're gonna set it aside and we'll come right back with the next step. All right, so as you can see, we went ahead and took our ground beef off. We're going to set it aside, and we're going to, we put a full pound of bacon in. In order to help it cook, we've sliced it in half. Looks just like this. So at this point, what we're going to do is I'm going to, remember what I said, season as we go. I like a little bit of garlic in my hamburgers when I'm grilling and when I'm cooking. So I'm going to take a little bit of minced garlic, and I'm going to shake it right here over this bacon. Nice, not a lot, just a little bit, just enough to give it some flavor. And then we'll cook the bacon and we'll be back in just a moment. All right, so we got our bacon done. We've got our beef done. On the bacon, listen, you can do it in the pan like we did tonight. You can do it in the microwave. You can pre-do it in the oven. However you like to do it. You just want to keep some of the drippings and the renderings on that so that you can do the rest of the recipe, right? Because we're going to now add a full onion to the pot. So let's get that onion in there. Just like that. All right. So we're going to render these down. All right, so all we're doing with these is we're gonna put them in this bacon grease, right? And as soon as they start to get translucent, I'm also taking my temperature down to just a little bit above medium. As soon as they start to get translucent, we'll be able to continue on with the next part of our recipe. And boy, I tell you what, this kitchen is smelling so good right now between the beef, the bacon, and the onions. We'll be right back in just a minute. All right, so our onions are nice, translucent, ready. Man, again, it just smells so good in here. So what we're gonna do at this point in time is we're gonna add a little bit of seasoning. Basil, so a really nice seasoning for the onions. We're just gonna shake some in, nice. Can you see that? Not too much, not too little, but it smells so good. We're gonna do some salt, some pepper. Okay, and then it is 1/4 cup of flour. Now, we're gonna put this right in, just shrink it. Now, with the flour, it's kind of an interesting thing. What we're doing is we're making what's called a roux, okay? Which is a thickening agent that we're going to be using for the rest of our soup. What we don't want to do, though, is we don't want it to burn, but we also don't, so we don't want it to get kind of a brown color. What we do want to do, though, is be sure it's completely incorporated. And you notice how the onions are starting to kind of get that little bit of clumpiness to them. That's okay. That's no problem, because that's all going to work itself out. We just want to get it worked in nice and neat before we move to our next step, which is where we're going to add a little bit of extra butter to the. About a tablespoon is going to go in here. We want that to start to melt down so that again, the clumps start to come out and it smooths out just a little bit before we go into our next step, which is going to be to add the potatoes, and we start to actually build our recipe. So we'll be right back in just a moment. All right, so we've got all of our butter in. I went ahead and added another a couple pats, if you will. We're basically using a half a stick total. So got that in there, it's incorporating. Now we need to put our potatoes in. We use 3 good size russets on that. So we're going to, let's go ahead and add those in now. Here goes one. All right, so there's one. Then we got 3 more to go, just like that. A little more salt. And we're going to use another secret recipe, which is our secret ingredient, which we like to call garlic. Don't know if you know what garlic is, but it's garlic in the jar, right? So we don't have to use a press. We don't have to cut it ourselves. We use just a little bit, and it's only because I really just like the taste of garlic with beef. So we're just going to put. It's not really a tablespoon, just a little less than that, and it's just enough to give it a little bit of flavor. And then we add in 4 cups of chicken broth. One of these containers is 4 cups. Now, this is Swanson, whatever type you like. If you want the low sodium, that's good. If you want to use chicken broth, or if you want to use chicken stock, either one, this is your recipe, right? You're the one cooking it. You're the one surprising your guests and your family with it. Do it as you like to do it. So we've got our heat at a little over half. We're going to stir this in a little bit to get everything well incorporated. Let everyone get to know each other real well. Let's let those flavors start to blend. And then we're going to cook this. It's probably going to cook for about 10 to 15 minutes at this point, because we want these potatoes to be fork tender. So we'll be checking that here in just a minute. Once I get done stirring, and we'll get back to the rest of the recipe and get this on the table. It smells so good. I cannot wait to eat. See you in a few minutes, everybody. All right, so we've just started to get a little bit of a boil on our soup. If you can see, it's not a rolling boil. It's just starting to bubble. I wanted to let it get there before I added the beef back in. So we're going to go ahead and add that beef in carefully. It's hot. We don't want to get burnt, right? Add that in. I said carefully, and then I spill it. But that's how I do things, because, you know, I'm a little messy. All right, so we've got their beef added back in. I'm going to stir it down, and then we're going to bring this back to a boil. Once we do that, we'll check our potatoes to be sure that they're fork tender, and we'll be able to finish up by adding our cheese and having our, you guys can't understand how good this smells, having our cheeseburger potato soup. All right, be back in just a few minutes. All right, everybody, so the last thing you want when you add potatoes to any recipe is to overcook them, because then they get really mushy. So what I did, as soon as it hit a rolling boil, right, which is what we have here, a rolling boil, I set my timer for 8 minutes, because that gives me a time frame to check on. So let me show you real quick how to do that. I'm just going to go in and scoop the potatoes up and take my knife and just kind of poke it. And notice how easy that goes in. No resistance at all. That's what they consider fork tender. So yeah, that's perfect. So we're ready to continue on with the rest of our recipe at this point. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add our bacon in. So we've already got it chopped up just like we had earlier, right? Just ready to go. Put that right in there. I am also going to add in 16 ounces of Velveeta cheese. So that is going to begin to make our soup cheesy. Now, what you don't want to do is you don't want to just put a big clump in the milk because it'll actually clump up on you. You kind of want to spread it out through so that it will incorporate itself properly through the whole dish. That way you're not fighting a big chunk of cheese. And then once you get a bunch in, just kind of give it a little stir. Okay. A little more, because why? We like cheese. More cheese?
Yes, please.
Yes, please. Absolutely. You'll hear that from us a lot around here because we like cheese. So, all right. Now, anytime you're making soup like this, you want it to be creamy. There is an easy way to do that, even though some people don't always like it. I'm going to tell you that instead of using like a cottage cheese or ricotta or something along those lines for this, you're going to probably go in it with something simple like Philadelphia cream cheese, right? The cream cheese itself. Don't get all upset with me. It's good. Trust me, you'll like it because it's going to give it that creamy flavor that we all love. So we're going to add this in as well. Again, spreading it out nice and easy. You can see that right there, nice and easy. And then we're going to put in our last ingredient, which is we need to add some cream. And in this case, instead of using like a heavy cream, what we want to do is we want to use milk. I like to use whole milk when I'm cooking recipes like this because the added fat adds the extra flavor while it's cooking. So we're just going to pour this in. You're not going to believe the way this broth smells and looks right now. And now we're just going to simmer this down, let everything melt and incorporate. This hot tub full of wonderful food, and it's just going to mend together. It's going to blend together. And here in a few minutes, we're going to be able to plate it up and have a really nice meal. We'll see you in just a few moments and see how it turns out. All right, so we've got it simmering now. Everything's incorporated. They're having a good time in there. They're allowing each other to have their own flavors. So what we're going to do now is real simple. I'm going to take it off of the heat. We're going to set that aside. Oh, it smells so good in here. I'm going to turn the burner way down, as in off, right? We're going to move it out of the side. And then I'm going to plate it. Now, I'm going to recommend, if you're making this at home, to go ahead and allow this to set off the fire or off the heat at least for 10 minutes, probably 15. But I want to go ahead and plate it up just to show you what we're going to do and how we're going to present this. And then I think at that point in time, you'll kind of understand where we're at. So. Take a piece of bread or two. Maybe you want bread, maybe you like crackers, what have you. Whatever's good for you is good for me. It's your house. You're making it for your family. Not mine. Look at this. Oh, look at that. Oh, I'm going to make a mess. Let's set this aside, shall we? You see those chunks of potato, the beef in there, the bacon. Now, because we like to have it a little fancy schmancy, we're going to go a little bit of cheddar cheese on the top. I'm using mild cheddar. Use what you like. Some chives, Greeno Jaune. And then a little bit of bacon that we had left over. Just like, oh, look at that. Tell me something right now. Does that not look delicious? I'm going to tell you right now it does. And you know what we're getting ready to do? What you need to do. Eat it like you mean it. Because I'm going to tell you right now. Oh, this. That's fantastic. That's actually one of the best soups I've ever had. If you like a cheesy potato soup with the bacon and garnish, you're gonna love this recipe. Do me a favor, leave me a comment. Let me know if you tried this, and if so, how you liked it. If you have any recommendations at all on other recipes, let us know. We'd love to try them out. That being said, until we see each other again, thank you for visiting us here at Simple Man's Kitchen.
Simple Man.